what I've said all along, if he did nothing wrong, he would get a severance package. He was charged with, I think, was it 8 counts? I mean, these are the grand jury that said that based on the evidence that were presented, he's going to be charged with a crime, and sometime next summer there'll be a trial. Clearly, that's in contrast to saying he didn't do anything wrong. So if it's found by a jury of his peers that he's innocent, I would imagine he'll be compensated. And I think that's only fair, that if he didn't do anything wrong, as he pleaded to us, and we agreed that if he didn't do anything wrong, he'd be compensated like any other executive in a severance package. But if he's convicted of the crimes, then he obviously won't get a severance package because he did not keep the contract. And to the second point, which has been asked many times, again, if I had done it over again, I probably would have said something like no comment to when I was asked by a former reporter here. But as I looked at the page, I think Lindsay showed to me the other day, the top line or two, or wherever, says confidential agreements. I wasn't allowed to talk about, at least me, the naive non-lawyer, thought. If I had to do it over again, I probably would have just said no comment. But it was a confidential agreement that someone obviously leaked, but that's fine. But when asked under oath what I did, I told the truth. And I think that was important that I did tell the whole story now that a so-called confidential agreement was made public.
Well, you could be found not guilty of a crime, but still do something wrong. You know, there's different levels of wrongdoing because it's a high bar to get a criminal conviction. You know, beyond a reasonable doubt, and you got to prove this and prove that. You know, could he have been in the wrong without, you know, committing a crime necessarily?
I mean, that's just to go back. I don't want to get too much into this, but to the point, here was the fundamental issue. A lot of us felt that Jim Greer, the main job of a party chairman is clear. You're supposed to help with the grassroots across the state, the executive committees. You're supposed to be a fundraiser. You're supposed to motivate the troops, get people excited about campaigns, and hopefully your particular party wins. Clearly, by the time he resigned, he was incredibly unpopular. He had been spending money that he did not raise, and the people who were raising the money were frustrated that we were not making the strides that we needed to in the upcoming election. I wanted him to leave, and others wanted him to leave. We came to the agreement that, as he said, he did nothing wrong. And we agreed, you know, if he didn't do anything wrong, he should be compensated, like any other severance package. All I can point to is that the fact that he's charged with all these crimes probably points in a different direction. And also within that agreement, I don't have any I don't have any absolute control saying the party must cut a check. All we agreed to is that we would do everything we could to encourage people to give the guy a compensation package if he didn't do anything wrong. But he, again, be clear, he was charged with 8 counts of criminal activity. And that's clearly in violation of what, at the very minimum, is the spirit of the agreement, which was, if you didn't do anything wrong, we would compensate you. If you did do something wrong, you would not receive compensation. So I operated from that simple premise. I don't know about the bars or not bars.
Last question.